Hey everybody, it's Cody, Dixieland RC here. So today we're going to do, I think this is part 3 of the Cross RC build. I finally got in the Cross upgraded motor plate. This is the CNC one with the better gears inside of it. Better than that, the plastic one, because they have a nylon one as well, but they have the plastic one that comes with it has a problem with the gears shearing inside of it. So I finally got that in, so I can finally do this video. So we upgrade that, finally get that done. And also we're going to install the MIP shafts for the front axles, because they have a problem with those as well. I think they break at the cup, and of course MIP makes some really strong stuff, so this should work out very well there. That's all we're going to do with this video here. I'll probably have another video right after this one about the rest of it. I finally picked a color. I got the body painted. I got the interior almost done. Got a couple things I need to do to it. But for the most part, everything is pretty much done. I just have to, I was mainly waiting on this to finish everything up. So we can get this thing fully finished and ready to go, so I can raffle it off to you guys, so you guys can win a cool truck to trail with. Like I say, I don't think this thing's any good to do anything other than trail riding with. I don't think it's, the geometry and stuff in it, it's a little funky. So, you know, I mean, you could probably do some cool light crawling with it, but I wouldn't try to go run against a class 2 truck or anything like that. We're probably going to keep these wheels and tires on it, especially the wheels. The tires, they seem okay. I don't think they're, I mean, it's a trail truck. It's not going to be too bad. Only thing I've done to it, I've changed these shocks from the point they wanted it to be at in the book to the highest point. Both of them in as far as they'll go as well, to give a little bit more, you know, so you can have a little bit more articulation, even though it really doesn't really matter. I still haven't really decided on electronics. I'm probably going to, on the servo, it's going to get a JX servo 30 kilogram. It's a blue one. Really high speed, decent torque, especially for a trail rig. It's going to be perfect. The motor setup, and for the motor setup, we're probably going to go with a Hobbywing Fusion. Basically, the only reason why we're going to go with that is because there's really no room for anything else. Once you throw the full interior piece on here, it really blocks everything. It really makes it hard to put stuff. But I know there's a spot. So we'll be able to put the receiver up here. So maybe everything will be here. Then you run your battery cable. We'll probably have to cut a hole in the battery tray for the battery connector to run through there. The battery, I don't really know what I'm going to include with it. I do have a new Genzace 3S 3000 mile pack. It's real thin, but it's real long. But it'll fit pretty good in here. So we'll get to that later though. No big deal right now. Just kind of giving you some ideas of what's going through my head with me trying to build this truck for you guys, so you guys can enjoy this thing. I still think this thing's foam on these, Anyway, that's beside the point. So we're going to get to this. I'm going to come around to the side. You'll be able to see me doing this. I'm not going to show you how to disassemble this axle. I'm just going to get into it and show you what we're replacing. That's pretty much it. Then we'll get into the motor installation, but we'll do all that, and just hang tight. All right, now that I got one of these things out, let's look at it and see. So the first thing that I notice is how there's not much, you can't really see in there, but there's not a lot of, there's a lot of room in there, and this is feels pretty weak. You can kind of tell, you know, and of course, MIP's, the ball itself is way bigger than the other one, or than the stock one. So that kind of puts you in perspective of how this thing is built. You know, It's not too bad, but this is a complete drop-in kit. So all you have to do is build your shaft here, and then take the other one out and put it in. It's very easy. MIP made it very simple. There's nothing inside that clips it, that holds it, which kind of sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. But it does have a bearing or a bushing inside the axle that holds it, steel that kind of stabilizes a little bit. So that's a little bit better. So there you go. That's pretty much the difference and the reason why these are breaking. The ball, the part of the shaft itself is just not thick enough to withstand a turning radius. So that's it. So, all right, back to it. All right, so like I said, what I was going to do is I'm going to put the Hobbywing Quick Run Fusion 2-in-1 system in this thing. Mainly for you guys, whoever wins this is the better option for this kind of truck. We could have went brushed with the ESC, but I mean, you really run out of room. I'm telling you, once the interior is in this thing here, there's no room here. There's no room here because the battery's probably going to be big enough, too big to to put something here. And there's room supposed to be up here, but I mean, there's not going to be much room there either. But so the stock setup is this. This is the stock motor. It comes with a 35 turn motor, the gearbox, and a plastic piece here. What happens is the inside of this, the gears in it are cheesy, super small, so they break. Or at least that's what I've read anyway. I don't really know that for sure. So I went ahead and got the new cross. This is the CNC one, and you can just look at it and tell it is a monster bigger unit. This unit is, I mean, it's well over, it's a couple millimeters bigger as far as round goes. It comes with the plate made to it. This is all CNC aluminum. It's really nice. It's very smooth inside of it. You can almost see how chunky the gears are in there. This one does not have those chunky gears in it. I'm really tempted to take this thing apart. Let's look at the inside of it, because I'm going to throw this away anyway. So let me pull it apart real quick and see. Yeah, see. So the inside of this thing pretty much has, it looks like servo gears. I mean, come on, man. You can't expect that to hold any torque, because it's not. It's just flat out not. I mean, look at the pinion gear. It is a tiny, tiny little unit there. So that's why they break. I mean, it's just not. That's just not a good enough. That's not good enough. And just flat out, you can just tell how much better this one is just by looking at that there. I mean, golly, it's 100 times better. Put that out the way. Nobody want that crap anyway. But I mean, you can just see the gears inside of here, how much bigger they are, beefier. So we got to take this apart anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm glad y'all can't see over there because it is nasty over there. I've got junk everywhere. I try to keep it organized. I try to keep tools situated to where they need to go. It just never works out. So they did move this up. This is now a 2mm screw, a 3mm threads, 2mm head. The other one is a 1.5mm. Looks like to be a probably 2mm threads. That's just not going to cut it, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much probably not the way I wanted to do that. But all right, so they want you to put so we're going to take this Fusion out. We'll give it the Hobbywing. At least they did decide to put a long, so we may get a chance that we may not have to extend this at all. So that's good to know. I've already put a little bit of thread locker on this pinion gear. I don't know where that's going to have to go. That's the problem here. I don't know. It's going to be a 1.5. Kind of just guessing on where that goes, if that goes correctly. It's got such a long shaft on it, I don't know if that's going to be correct or not. I really do hate using their screws. They use these 3mm, 2.5mm, 2.5mm heads. I mean, don't nobody want to use that size. So also when I built this truck, I built everything using normal 3mm hardware with 2mm head, just because 2.5 sucks, because who wants to have a 2.5mm and a 2mm and a 1.5 in your box all at the same time? Don't nobody want to do that. So I did it like that. I used Cnc hardware all throughout as well. So I got that mounted. So the idea was that it'll sit like this, and the wires will be able to go like that underneath. You know, hopefully that's the way that will go. I don't know. We're going to see how this works here. I don't know. I'm assuming that pinion gear hooks to this gear and it turns all the others. That's what it looks like. Well, this is going to be loads of fun here. Oh, look at that. Almost first hit. Snap. All right, well. I got grease all over my hands and everything. It is greased. That's good. That's something you don't, like we've had that conversation before. You don't see that very often. So we're putting it back together. I guess the only good thing about this setup here is it'll be easy to maintain this setup. You need to be, because you only have to take, I mean, there's 4 bolts on this side here on this frame plate that takes it apart. I mean, that's not really that bad. Oh, here's another. Let's see if we can. So we got movement, so we're good. All right, another good thing about this compared to this one. So when you go to put this one in the car, it only has a flat spot on this shaft here. So that means you put just a set screw, you know, just like that, and that's what holds the drive shaft on. This one, they have upgraded it and actually has a hole through, so you can put a legit, you know, set screw in it, you know, with the end on it. So that's good to know. I'm glad they did that. Did not really know if they were going to do that or not, but I got a lot of extra bolts here that I don't know where they go, because oh well, not really a big deal. So I've got some K&K 3x8s here. I also have my drive shaft screw here that I had saved for the last time, and then I also have the set screw that they gave us. I just set it in here so I wouldn't lose it, because it's, you know, that's all it really is. So now they come with a better one, so now we can install this thing where it needs to go. It goes, I'm gonna move my screws out the way, so it goes in here like this. It's kind of got a nice little angle to it. All right, so now we're going to install this thing. I've got, like I said, I've got K&K hardware, 3x8. It calls for the big old fat, you know, 2.5mm ones as well. I don't quite know why they did that. I'm sure that I know why, because it's cheap hardware over there, I'm sure, in China, wherever this thing's made. So this mount is CNC as well. So make sure you have it lined up right before you just start shoving screws in there, because you want to make sure you don't cross thread them. So let's get this joker in here. We'll be ready to go. Having this thing plastic, you know, this part be plastic, is kind of, I don't know, I guess it's better than nothing, but man. All right, that's mounted up. Now, I think this is going to be a problem. I don't quite know if this particular unit is going to fit in this truck, mainly because of the, so this truck has a plate that goes over this that looks like a fake motor, you know, like a V8. It's this basically. It's not really designed for this particular setup, meaning where it's supposed to bolt down, it's catching here. So what I'm probably going to do is take this and shave this down, kind of just go across here and go up so it opens up that spot there, because that's where it's touching right here. So hang tight, I'll be right back. All right, so I took it and I had to cut a little bit of it out, just to left the V8 part there, but it's the only way that you can make it actually go on here and fit. Even this is going to be really tight. The problem, I was thinking about maybe spacing it up, but then you can't do that because the body will, because the hood fits right here. So of course I haven't painted this yet because I really ain't figured out what I want to do with this yet, because it's pretty cool, man. It's got a ABS modulator, master cylinder, booster, fuse box, and then of course the battery. Looks like it's got shock towers, which is technically what they are, because that's kind of where the shock towers go. So it's kind of cool. I don't really know what I want to do with that, but having to do that's kind of sucks. But I mean, it's the only way that's going to work. So you know, it is what it is. So there we go. We've got, oh no, wait, we're not done. So we got the drive shaft. It is a normal little, nothing to it kind of drive shaft. We're going to put this on. Then we're going to slide this on here. Ain't going to be perfect just yet, but I want to make sure I get good engagement on this. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. All right, so we got good there. And then we will put that top there. We will get full engagement on this one here. And that's pretty much it. So we basically upgraded the Cross to be way better reliability than it was stock, mainly because of the CNC transmission case and the MIP drive shafts. That makes this truck probably 25% better, because this is a well-known fail point, and so are the shafts themselves. So now it should be way better than it is. And I also tested it to see, I wanted to see about turning radius, and it doesn't hop. It'll go full lock and it turns fine, no bumping, nothing. So that's good to know. So I think it's going to work out pretty well. Of course I got grease on my hands getting all of these chrome bumpers. So now the next part will come. Of course, I think I know what servo I'm going to put in here, but the rest of it will be trying to figure out how to route most of this stuff, like putting this to where it will go in here. Of course, I'm going to have to extend it a little bit, but there's not really any room. I thought maybe I could shove it down under here, you know, and then run it. I'm going to run it across here and then go up through there, but I'm going to have to make this a little bit longer. Not really a big deal, because the interior that goes in this thing fits over this. So, you know, you got to make sure it's pretty covered up pretty well. And we'll bundle up all these wires here for the front, for the power button, and then the receiver, because that'll all go about in here somewhere, because it'll be, like I say, it'll be covered up with this, so you're not really going to see any of those things. So it's great that the only thing that has to go up here is going to be the receiver and the light controller for all the lights in this thing, because it's got a multitude of lights for the interior and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. So I wanted to show you these guys, this guy's the install of the upgrade parts available for the Cross RC Demon, the Cross CNC Transmission, and the MIP shafts. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and please leave a like, you know, subscribe, comment, leave me a comment so we can talk about this thing, because I'm into some ideas on different things, but I kind of got an idea of everything I'm going to do. So, but we're just in the final rows. I've got, like I said, I got everything painted except for this. And there's a couple other things. The spare tire, like the big spare tire in the back, I don't think I'm going to use that. It does have holes in the back though, so we'll see how that goes. But interior's painted, interior's done. So just stay tuned next. The next video that comes out will be talking about the interior and the body. So just get ready for that, and we'll see you next time.